And so I was wondering if, especially in STEM roles, I guess, and I guess, could you maybe go into that and talk about your advice to women who are kind of just starting out their STEM careers about maybe how you've done that? And again, maybe if there's a story or two around that idea.
So with STEM, I think with women, it's important to understand what the world could be. Because many times we think about STEM as, strictly math and science and tech and that sort of thing. But you can use math and science in a lot of different areas. You can be, a fashion designer. You can do a lot of different things. So I think understanding the breadth of how you can apply STEM into the field is absolutely critical as a first step. But then I think if you make a decision or you start into a field where it's very male dominated, I think you have to make connections with other women. Because what I have found, and some people have approached me, they said, well, I'm the only woman in my group, so I kind of feel left out, right? So, with that in mind, make other connections within the company with other women in similar roles, maybe in different departments, and actually make connections with the male individuals in the team. So my advice would be is to really look at the fields and figure out, hey, where am I going to experiment with? And then, connect with people.
And I think that's even a great point of kind of thread throughout, I think, even your career. It's the seems that there's kind of two key words, which is even for your for your leadership is empathy and then relationships. And,
Yes.
Even probably say when someone, a male, especially at that time, maybe had different stereotypes against you, still having enough empathy to figure out a way to get to a solution with them, even though they probably were a little bit hesitant at first. And that probably was a key unlock for you. And once you could do that, you could then build the relationship with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the relationship is super key. I mean, it is something that, whatever part of your career, or even when you're still in school, is build that network and build those relationships. People have to get to know you, and you need to get to know people as well. Because there's not just one way of connecting and talking to people. You have to know a little bit about, what makes this, how does this person think? How do they operate? What's important to them? And then when you're in this horizontal type of a support role, you have to really actually connect with them at the way that they want to connect to, not the way that you want to connect to, if that makes sense. So communication and understanding your audience and connecting is so key. Absolutely so key.
Again, especially that might be a very intimidating moment for, first couple of years in your career to approach someone like yourself. Is there any kind of advice of just, how you do that and set that up? Is it just something as simple as, hey, I just want to let you know about me, have a quick coffee chat and let you know a bit about my goals?
Yeah, I would say that it is definitely, sending a note and saying, hey, I'd like a one-on-one. I'd like to get introduce myself. Prior to the COVID days, people would stop by the office and do that, right? So I think that just having that connection, but I think there's different ways to collaborate. You can do it through email. You can do it through chat or Slack or something like that. A lot of different collaboration tools, and just reach out and say, hey, I'd like to get to know you. I saw you talk at a all hands or whatever. One of the most creative ones that was sent to me, and this is actually within the last year, I thought it was absolutely amazing, is this person did a video. I mean, he did a video to introduce himself, and then he wanted to meet with me and share some of his career goals and get advice. And I just thought that was totally fantastic that he took the time, right? He did research. He did research about me, so he knew a little bit about me, and he kind of weaved that into the video. And then he created this video and sent it to me in an email. And it's like, wow, I'm going to meet with this guy like right away and talk to him, because it was initiative. It was creativity. And actually it made me smile too. So
do you think the most important piece of your starting career is to focus on that learning and your growth rather than say, I mean, obviously salary is important, but like rather than brand or salary, it's really about how do you set that foundation for yourself and how are you going to connect and grow at that first.
Yeah, I think that, salary is important, but I think that experience is actually more important when you're starting out. I volunteered for a lot of different assignments. So, and the other thing I did is I would go into departments and, shadow some of the people who were working there, right? Just to understand how they did their jobs. So my view has always been to put myself into the shoes of the individual that I'm trying to help. I mean, that could be, somebody in finance, accounts payable, accounts receivable, whatever, or the external customer as well. And then really understand the role and understand how it fits into the larger company.
Can you maybe talk to about the first year roles or some of the entry level roles that would be available for someone that would be maybe interested in working at Adobe?
Oh, every role is available. So, when you come, I mean, when I look at my organization, we hire college grads into every role. We'll hire them into biz ops roles. We hire them into engineering roles. We hire them into change management roles. I mean, just all different roles, and that's true throughout the whole company. Because what we want to do is we want the new thinking to come in. So every role. I mean, you can join Adobe in every role that we have. Engineering, business analyst, QA. AI, ML. I'm just kind of going through the different roles. We hire new college grads into all of the roles.